Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this exclusive and private VIP broadcast. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I want to welcome you to find out tonight about the next big thing. Now, I want to turn back the clock a little bit, guys. I want to tell you how this all came about. Originally, what happened is that two of my students that are in Millionaire Mentoring at that time, they know typically what I look for when I'm looking for any type of a business opportunity, okay? It's not about hype, okay? It's not about maybes. It's about results, okay? When I roll out my campaigns and I go to any 7 or 8 figure income earner, I bring them results, okay? I don't bring them possibilities or I think this might be a good deal. I bring them data. I bring them data from an actual campaign that I have rolled out, okay? And they know that because they've been on so many of my interviews and launch events and value-based webinars that when they came to me, they didn't come to me with just a business. They didn't come to me with a promo or a sales funnel. They said, Darren, we want you to take a look at this because we rolled out a campaign and in 3 weeks, they had generated between like 21,000 and 23,000 in their very first 3 weeks, okay? And that got my attention, okay? That really got my attention because it was their very first month. Who might be a little bit excited if 2 of your students came to you with data of like 23 grand in 3 weeks? Anybody might be like, whoa, this is serious stuff, okay? So what happened was that, and this is something that I actually teach and it's something that I recommend for you, right? In the event that you want to be successful in rolling out a campaign is don't try to be a front person, okay, in the event that you're not talking about results, okay? So what I did was I rolled out an event just like this, except it was on a broadcast to YouTube and it was on a branded page. And what I was doing was edifying their story, okay? So it wasn't about me, guys. It wasn't about anything about me. It was about results, okay? So I was edifying their story and lifting them up and showcasing their results that they had made, which is what I recommend to do if you're with any type of company and you're going to roll out anything, okay? So you should be connecting with the top income earners, the peak performers within whatever it is that doesn't matter. Weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, energy drinks, legal, doesn't matter. You connect with those people, you build rapport, you reach out, you edify them, get a connection, and you see if you can edify them on a launch event, which is what I did, okay? Now, from that launch event, in the first 5 days, it generated over $24,000, okay? And the momentum just kept on going. And in the very first month of test marketing, it generated $108,000 US, okay? In profit, guys, okay? That's not paid ads. That is organic strategies using the principles inside of this company that you're going to find out about tonight inside their Exodus hub, okay? And what is cool about this is that what people really need, what they really need in our industry is they need leads and they need cash flow, okay? If you take away those two things, a company will go bankrupt, just so you know, okay? So when I was 5 days in, I did the exact same thing that they did. They brought results to me, and then I did a campaign, and I brought results to my now business partner, Ari Maccabee, okay? And we did another launch event. Now, during the next 30 days, as I was $25,000 sort of ahead of him, and then about 3 weeks in, he actually surpassed me. And he ended up his first month with $128,800. Now, who might be a little bit excited with those type of results? Anybody might be a little bit excited with those type of results, okay? That was phase 1, Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about something that I call the 7-figure formula. Okay, the 7-figure formula. Okay, so now this is truly the way to become magnetic in your business. Okay, and I highly recommend that you take some notes during this process so you can understand the distinction and exactly how this business model works and how you can implement this strategy. And if you're not implementing this strategy, those type of numbers don't come in, okay? You gotta realize that whatever you think you're marketing, guys, it's not about that. It's about understanding your prospect. What is the pain that your prospect is going through? And it works this way in any business. Now, this strategy that I'm going to share with you, it allowed me to start a business with less than $2 grand. Okay, and that included all my tools, my startup costs, my autoresponder, everything, all in, everything. Okay, my branding. Okay, so for less than $2 grand, I started a business and I generated $331,150 in profit, guys. Okay, I'm going to say this again. A lot of people will show you those numbers, but half, 50% of that they spend on paid ads, but they only show you that number. That is profit. Okay, it was all organic strategies. Now, the cool thing, I always like to give people value here. And, if you stick around right till the end of the broadcast, I'm going to give you a copy of this training manual. It's valued at $197. It's been downloaded over 20,000 times. And there's a blueprint inside this that will help you on learning what you really need to do to become a heavy hitter in the industry. Direct sales, network marketing, MLM, doesn't matter. You'll really be able to understand the whole concept of marketing. Now, typically, people that come to an event like this are typically one of 3 types. You either work in corporate America right now, but you're currently in lockdown. You need to be able to make an income fast, okay? Fast, fast, fast. And that's why I like this program that I'm going to share with you tonight, is because it's instant. So in other words, if you work today, you get paid today. Okay? You implement the strategies, you make a sale, you get paid the same day, okay? You may also have an existing type of home-based business, but if you're part of the 97% group, you're not hitting your income goals, right? 97% of the people aren't making money. Now, you could be just looking for additional income streams, or you're looking to scale up an existing business. Now, this is a phenomenal strategy that generates a marketing and advertising budget. Okay, so in other words, myself and my business partner, our combined profit in 35 days was $240,000. Now, that's enough to start a company, guys. Okay, I'm talking about properly. Okay, I'm talking about infrastructure. I'm talking about outsourcing, copywriters, video editing, everything that you need in order to be able to fully launch a company. That's almost $250,000. Okay, that's enough to launch a business, right, to get into some serious multiple 7-figure income. Now, here are the biggest challenges that people are going through in the industry. First of all, they need to be able to generate cash flow today, okay? Not 6 weeks from now. Most MLM companies, network marketing companies, you got about a 6 weeks delay. This pays you today, okay? People hate harassing their friends and family, and if you've been told by your company to do the top 200 list, you probably, when they tell you to do that, you probably get a queasy feeling in your stomach. Okay? Who can relate to that? Who can relate to that? Even if I mentioned top 200 list, you're probably churning in the stomach, right? People don't like getting rejected, okay? And it's actually one of the things that prevents people from taking their business to the next level is they don't, as soon as they get rejected 1 or 2 times, they go, okay, I'm done, okay? They don't like it. It doesn't feel good. They don't know how to generate leads because they don't understand that it's actually about the pain of their prospect, not about what they think that they're marketing to generate leads, right? And that's actually what will give you a massive amount of leads. That's what the 7-figure income earners do. They typically have something that's going to solve your pain, and that's why you opt in to get it, right? And then you become part of their list. They don't know how to close an upsell because they don't understand this concept, especially if you come from corporate America. You're probably on the convincing side, trying to convince the person that you have something that they need when you don't even know what's going on in their life. And they don't know how to get any team duplication, even if they're really good at the features and benefits business model, and they recruit 1,000 people on their front line. There's typically no team duplication. So it's just one line of people. So it's just basically they're a direct seller, and there's never any team duplication because they don't get these concepts. Also, they don't know how to market to become the attractor factor, okay? This is where you get the magnetic pull. Now, this sort of is an understanding of the North American population. The personal development industry is represented in the green. The home-based business industry, guys, just so you know, is a sliver within the personal development industry. And in the event that you want to grow your business the fastest, I highly recommend that you personally are on the path of personal development, and that's really our target market if you want to grow fast to 7 figures and higher, okay? Now, the failure rate, though, is at 97%. So there's no shortage of people, okay? There's only 3% success rate that really understand the 7-figure formula that I'm going to talk about. The challenge with it is that they're all out pitching, and everybody thinks that they have the deal of the century. So now they're like, well, our comp plan is better than your comp plan. We got more 7-figure income earners than you do, because they don't get the concept, okay? Now, there's 2 things that you have to have, and this is why I'm so excited about being able to introduce you to the gentleman that you're going to meet tonight that is behind this whole vision, because he understands this concept. He is a serial entrepreneur, both online and offline, guys, okay? I'm not talking about just an online business, okay? He owns restaurant, nightclub. He's a serial entrepreneur, and he's very, very highly knowledgeable. And he's a type of person that in order to be a successful entrepreneur, guys, I'll tell you this, you have to be able to make decisions fast, and you have to be able to take input from people around you, and then be able to go through that information and then make a decision fast, okay? And that's what he's the master at. Now, there's 2 things that you have to have, okay? Offline, online does not matter. Restaurant, nightclub, lounge, hotel, motel, retail. If you do not have a steady stream of leads for your business, and you do not have a steady stream of cash flow, the company will go bankrupt, okay? This is how you actually hit mass market in our particular industry, okay? Personal development and leadership training, okay, because we're in a peak performance industry, and marketing strategies for any business. So in other words, if I'm with a weight loss company and my entire social media platform looks like a commercial, 95%, all the other qualified buyers are going to just avoid it. They're going to just avoid me, because I already think that I have my ticket to the promised land with some other company. So the moment that you are wrapped with the company, with whatever it is you're marketing, okay, what you're doing is you're pushing away all these other qualified buyers that, if you knew marketing and you were tapped into your personal power as a leader and you were solving the pain of the market, they would become a lead for you versus nobody for you. Who gets that concept of what I just said? Who gets the concept? So in other words, you're providing the people with something that's going to solve their pain versus pitching and convincing, okay? Pitching and convincing is going to drive your buyers away from you. Now, did you know that out of all the companies, you probably recognize a lot of them here, only 0.1% earn more than $400 a month, guys? I know it's shocking, but this is actual real stats. You probably recognize a lot of the names of these companies: Amway, Melaleuca, Agile, Ignite, Isogenics, Herbalife. You know, some of these companies aren't even in business anymore, but there's Primerica, Nu Skin, USANA, Visalis, $400 a month is only made by 0.1% of the entire market. So how the heck could these rags to riches stories be at the extreme that they are? Okay, this is how. This is the answer. We have a specific 7-figure model that we do, okay? So we typically look for pre-made products, okay? Some people use affiliate products in the event that you can find a company where they give you the reseller rights to the product. You're now going to make 100% of the commissions like the vendor, okay? So in other words, it's kind of like you're purchasing the right to own the product. And then now when you do market it, you get paid all the money. Like you have a retail store and you get paid all the money, okay? This is the power of this. Now, what it allows, this particular strategy, what this allows you to do is to train all of your reps and fund your entire marketing and advertising campaign. Build your list of buyers for free and raise the money for your high ticket product purchases. So in other words, this thing on the front end ends up funding your entire operation just like it did for us. It gave us $240,000 in cash flow within 35 days. Now, what we do is we market these on the front end to build our list for free. And then our primary business of whatever we do, a lot of my students have 5 to 7 different streams of income, but they market those on the back end, guys, okay? Not on the front end like everybody else does. They market them on the back end. So this is what it looks like visually. This is what most people do. So they have their primary businesses plastered all over their wall, okay? In the event that they get into high ticket products, they typically invest their own money. They have no money left after that, so they got to learn free strategies. Without knowing what to do and having mentorship, it typically takes between 2 and 4 years learning curve, and they have to keep on risking more and more and more of their personal capital. Who's bought a program and then bought another program, another program, and another program? Anybody? Be honest, guys. Come on. I can't help you if you're not honest, okay? And then what happens is they never actually get to this part where they can invest the money back into their business, okay? And we watch it happen all the time. It's very, very sad, and it's heartbreaking to see people that end up with broken dreams, okay? Here is the 7-figure model, guys, okay? So typically what you have is something on the front end that every business owner needs, okay? Every business owner needs to learn how to market, okay? And we're truly in the only industry where people actually do it backwards. They start a business and then they try and figure out marketing. What you should be doing is mastering marketing skills, and then you can pick whatever you want to market because you understand the concept of lead generation, recruiting reps, and selling products. That's the core. That's like getting your ticket, your electrician's ticket or your plumber's ticket. Every other industry does this, okay? Every single other industry does this. Okay, so what happens is that this thing on the front end funds the marketing and advertising campaign now, okay? So in our case, it generated 240 grand and it funds our advertising campaign, our event tickets, our promotions, everything that we do, our branding, our videos, it funds everything. There's no risk of your own personal capital. Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki talk about this. I call it OPM, other people's money. Basically, you've got something that everybody wants and needs. You sell that. It funds your whole business. So your business isn't growing off your credit card, okay? It's growing from your business, okay? And you end up with multiple streams of income. People rise to the top of the leaderboards in ridiculous record time. And that's what you're going to be hearing from tonight. But I want to be able to have you guys, it's my great pleasure. This guy is a phenomenal serial entrepreneur, and it's my great, great pleasure to introduce you to Mr. Paul Stevenson. Paul Stevenson, standing ovation. Standing ovation, my friend. I'm excited.
Yes, thank you.
I'm excited.
A lot of people on me.
Paul, maybe you can sort of just turn back the clock a little bit. You know, I know that you have some phenomenal entrepreneurial experience, both offline and online. Tell us a little bit about what was the thing, what was the vision behind this? Because, you know, what got you to say, you know, I'm going to launch this Exodus Elite, and I want to be able to solve the pain of the marketplace and provide them with something that would target even brand new newbies all the way up to seasoned professionals?
Well, it's quite easy. I've been involved in MLM a long time now, and I'd always been quite good at that. But I found that it never did duplicate. No matter how good you were, you could never get duplication. Someone would nick your team, or something would change, and you end up jumping from company to company. I'm sure people identify that. And I always love the fact that people say that they're involved in their business because they love the product, but when they move to another company, they scrap the products they loved 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
So that was a business I loved because, as you've mentioned, Darren, the personal development side of it was fantastic. And you can grow as a person, you learn new skills, and that's the good side of it. But I felt there was something missing, and I had a little dabble in running a couple of things on my own. But in 2014, I was in Florida, and I thought, you know, wouldn't it be great to make 10 grand a month just sitting by a swimming pool with a laptop computer and a telephone? And that's when I drew out on how I would do that with a high ticket type of deal. And then really, I launched, I had 2 business partners. I got rid of them eventually. I won't bore you with the details of that. And then it became mine. And then I tried to make it a business that would work for everybody. That's really my goal, because I felt that so many people joined something, but they could never get that success they wanted. Hey, listen, some people will get success in nothing because they don't put in the effort. And that's the biggest thing I can say to you. You know, it's not a training session, but you're wasting any money if you put money into a business and don't intend to work it. Yeah. You shouldn't do it. Go to McDonald's and take your family out for dinner or something instead. Take a holiday, because you're not going to make it. The point is, I've given, and Exodus gives you everything you need to make money. And we develop and grow every year. Every year we have new websites, new products, new training. We are willing to try ideas. Some work, some don't work. Some really don't work. Going back to what I was saying, we try different things. If I think it's going to be good, we'll do it. Sometimes we've really, you know, screwed things up, but we always put it right. And I think now in our 6th year, we've outlasted so many companies. And I think I believe we've set a standard that other people try and copy. And I say that because I know there's 5 companies out there that have copied our back office. I know there is people that have taken and stolen our products and started their own deal. But the thing is, they're never, ever going to emulate us because we've got too much knowledge behind us. We've got a bit of money behind us. And we're going through a massive growth spurt at the moment. And then let me just tell you what, I don't do testimonials, but Darren said something earlier. And I thought I must mention this. I had a phone call today from a woman, 2 children from Los Angeles, who got divorced last year and has struggled with COVID. She works as a waitress, and she joined this business 10 days ago as a G500 member. All right. Her best friend joined her, and that was her pass-up sale. It's just when I just done the switch over from, so it might have been 10 days. It must have been literally last Monday, I think it was. Anyway, she's made some money. The time is flying by. But what got me the most was she made another sale on Saturday that she keeps for herself. And she rang me, and you know what she said to me? The best thing about it was she was able to take her mum out on Mother's Day, and her mum didn't have to pay for it. Now, that is what this business can give you. It's not about, I've made $500, I've made $500, I've made $1,000. It's what you do with that money that changes and shapes your life and helps you with the decisions you're going to make. All right. And I know that girl will do great things. She's looking to get another sale in, she'll upgrade. And that to me is the sort of success stories I want to hear. You know, from failure to success, from debt to not being in debt, to credit cards being paid off. So this program is designed to do that. And it's designed that if you financially are a little bit up against it, shall we say, and we've all been there. And if you say you haven't, you're lucky. You're born with a silver spoon. And I really don't respect you that much, right? Because it's people that work hard, work their way up, achieve things, fail, get back up, fail again, get back up, and suddenly hit the big time. And they can share that knowledge. You know, that's the important thing. And with Darren and Ari and the people we have in the business, the leaders that have come through, that have made the big bucks, they're willing to give up their time and help you do the same thing. So now we're at a point with Exodus where it's, you know, it's had a lot of history. We've got a fantastic back office. And now what we're trying to do is really help the people that have struggled, have maybe got involved and have gone, well, what do I do now? I want to get rid of that disconnect between joining and having success. And I think our latest reiteration does just that. I think the things you have in place now, and I will tell you, today I purchased 25 more products. So I don't care about the products, but I do. That will be going in the G1000, I should say, product package. It's videos about cold calling. For those that want to do it, it's a complete arsenal of weapons, so you can literally smash this business to pieces.
Fantastic. You know, guys, what I want to just share with you is this, because what I'm going to do is I want to sort of, you know, we talked a little bit about the 7-figure model. Okay. We talked a little bit about the difference between what the majority of people are doing out there, which is out on the front lines. But what they don't understand is that in order to become the attractor factor with whatever you are marketing, okay, you've got to be sharing strategies in the areas of lead generation, okay, and how to recruit reps and sell products, okay? So in other words, if I have that knowledge, I can actually have Melaleuca, Prepaid Legal, USANA, Amway, all those people that are qualified buyers come to me, right? Because they need that. They need that for whatever they're marketing, okay? And this is the difference between what 7-figure income earners do and the 8-figure income earners, like Mike Dillard, 8-figure income earner, Ray Higdon, 8-figure income earner. Those people actually have value that attracts the people to come to them because they're providing a solution to the problem. Okay, who thinks that this makes sense, what I'm saying to you? Okay, it's a different type of understanding, guys, of marketing. And once you get it, once you realize that in our particular industry, the products, okay, in corporate America are on the front like this, okay? In our industry, they're actually behind you, okay? They're actually behind you. It's really about leadership. So what I love about this is that it doesn't matter. There's basically a whole, we're gonna log into the back office and I'm gonna have Paul explain a little bit more about the Exodus Hub, okay? The Exodus Hub has 9 of the most hot marketing strategies that you need to really go to the next level, okay? So we're talking about TikTok, we're talking about Instagram, we're talking about Snapchat, we're talking about Facebook, YouTube, email marketing, LinkedIn, right? And Google AdSense, okay? Now, if all you did was pick one, okay, one, and master one, you can actually create a significant multiple 6-figure, like just this one generated me $333,150, okay, from one marketing strategy and just this program. Now, keep in mind, once you understand how the blueprint works, you know, you're going to multiple income streams, but it's the marketing hub, guys, that is the massive asset value. Okay? And if you're in real estate and you learn how to market on social media, you get more listings. More listings means more commissions. Okay? If you're in the insurance industry, if you're selling cars, if you're in the automotive industry, if you're in retail, and you learn how to attract buyers to you instead of sitting like all the places where I shop, the person that I got the relationship, they call me and have a conversation with me and talk about some cool new thing that I should come down and chat with them about and have conversations about the relationship. And then that's how they bring in customers, guys. Okay, it's relationships. Okay, now in the event that you learn how to become the attractor factor by leveraging off of the Exodus hub, guess what happens to your rank in your MLM company? Like this, right to the top 10. Okay, and we watch it happen all the time, guys. We watch this happen all the time with the students that learn this formula, is that once they realize that if you're going to be a master marketer, you better know how to generate leads and you better know how to close deals. And if you're in a team building business model, you better know how to build a team. Okay. See what I'm saying here? So this is, in my opinion, is the missing link. So this happens to fund your business while it helps all these different people of all these different network marketing companies. And your team ends up going like that globally. Like we implemented some of these strategies, and in 30 days in one program, we built a team of over 6,000 people. Okay. How would you like to be able to have a team explode that fast, guys, in 30 days? Anybody like to have a team grow to 6,000 people in 30 days? Okay. So Paul, what I want you to do, first of all, before we actually show the VSL, what I want you to do is to log into the Exodus Elite, because you're going to be sharing the VSL side. So probably just do that all in one shot.
I've actually got the video here. I wasn't planning on logging in here. I can do
that.
that.
I'll do it here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't know about that. So
okay,
you can tell this is live, folks.
Okay, no worries. We're good. Okay, so this here, now keep in mind, no matter what level that you're at in this particular program, and it's been designed actually to be able to help people that are dealing with COVID, okay? The people that are dealing with the no income or hardly any income, the low entry price is like under 150 bucks, okay? If you want to start making $100 commissions. The higher end can put you up into a position where you start having $1,000 days, okay? We've actually got students right now that have had $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000 days, but this is the gold, guys, and I'm not kidding you, because these are the 9 hottest marketing strategies to market anything, okay? Whatever you're marketing, it doesn't matter. This thing here, as an example, with Facebook, this one thing alone, okay, this one training module alone has over 20, is it 20 or 21 modules in it?
Well, they've all got between, I think they've all got between 20 and 21, yeah.
Okay, this has got 21 modules, guys, okay? This is next level, okay? And this is all included for every single one of the levels. So this is called a hub, okay? That means that the company wants to help you be able to make money and be able to learn the skills so that you can increase your asset value and you can generate leads now for any type of business that you're marketing, okay? Realtor, mortgage broker, insurance, automotive, retail, in the event that you're with an MLM company, if you're in direct sales of any type, door-to-door sales even if you're in affiliate marketing. It's all about being able to generate high quality leads, okay? So these are 9 different of the hottest marketing strategies right now. The one that people are talking big time about right now is TikTok, okay? Yeah. TikTok is the hot one, okay? So this here, there's 21 different training modules on how to become a master at TikTok. Now, this suite of these marketing tools, right, is the value completely dwarfs the entry price at the low level. Dwarfs, guys.
People get all this for $40.
Sorry, what were you saying, Paul?
They're paying $40. They're paying, obviously, when they join, they're paying. If they join at G100, they're paying $40 for the membership. They're paying $100 for their product, right, which they're going to get resale rights to. But all this stuff in here, they get it all.
Exactly. And this is the power of this. Okay?
No, it's well over $1,000 just sitting there. If I was to package it up as a package, I'd sell that for $1,000.
Easily.
Yeah,
Easily.
maybe more.
Now, the cool thing that I like about this back office, and I'm in here already, I might as well just take you guys for a quick tour. But this gives you notifications, your payments. But this has the most important direct marketing links that when you log into most back offices of most companies, you spend about half an hour just trying to find out where your marketing links are. Who can relate to that? Who can relate to that? You literally got to click on every single link to try to find out, because you join a program, if you're connected, you got like a bunch of people that want to, hop on board with you, and you can't find your marketing link. And you got to go through every single side panel to try to find your marketing link. It's very frustrating. Okay? It's very, very frustrating if you're a marketer. Now, this is very cool because this actually, for people that are corporate, this takes you to your own Genesis Educational Library extension, where the people that really want to find out about what's in the actual products, okay, what does the products include? This is an example of, this is something that they want to see, right? So, and it talks about each one of these products and what's actually in them. So there's the $100 product, a $250 product. It's all marketing driven, guys. And this is really, this is something that can fuel any business, okay? Learning it's once you move into the G500, now you start to move into peak performance, mindset, leadership, and really getting into, the conquering force within you. A lot of it if you want to go to the top in our industry, a lot of it is the inner game, just so you know, okay? The inner game. A lot of people say, Darren, what do you got to do to really get to 7 figures and 8 figures? First of all, you got to feel worthy. You got to feel worthy of getting to 7 and 8 figures. You got to feel deserving. You got to love yourself enough to allow the abundance to flow in, okay? Now, what we're going to do next, this is really cool in the G1000. This is called the Legend Series, and this has a lot of names that you probably would know. People like Ray Higdon, Jack Zufelt, Evan Klassen's an Amazon best-selling author. James Starr specializes in traffic. Tracy Walker made a couple $1 million in Empower Network. Todd Falcone, Randy Schroeder. I'm in here in the vault as well. So it's got some great, great interviews. You get some phenomenal value from that just to get you into the right mindset, okay? Now, this is actually what I'm excited about, because when you have something that converts, that you can blast to your list and you get, traction, then you start waking up to commission. So Paul, maybe just share your screen. Okay, this is only 8 minutes, guys. Then I'm going to introduce you to some people that have had some massive breakthroughs. And I'm going to open up the forum and I'm going to let you ask them questions. These are people that have gone from 0 to over 265,000. One gentleman just closed the 7-figure deal, right? Because he learned about what I was talking about value and polarity of the conversation. And one lady was actually 2 days with no water and eviction notice. They were about to be homeless. And her first year, they made $157,000. So Paul, take it away, my friend. Share your screen and
I presume you guys can see that screen, right?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, good.
Welcome to Exodus Elite, the proven online digital business that works for just about everybody. Built from the ground up to ensure our members' success, Exodus has become one of the internet's premier online opportunities. By providing high-quality digital products, an exciting profitable compensation plan, and an automated system that helps generate 100% of the sales commission for you, the Exodus membership offers you the chance of real online success. If you are serious about having $100 to $1,000 paydays, then you are at the right place, and your timing is perfect. Many of our members make a full-time income working just a few hours a week. So whether you are just starting out working from home or you are a seasoned pro, any income you can dream of can be yours as an Exodus member. Over the next few minutes, this video will tell you all you need to know as to whether this business is right for you. We are a high-end opportunity looking to attract members who strive for success. Of course, everyone knows a great system is worthless without valuable products to go with it. At the heart of Exodus Elite is the Genesis Library, which consists of 4 separate product packages: G100, G250, G500, and G1000, priced at $100, $250, $500, and $1,000 respectively. These 4 levels allow for anybody, regardless of their financial position, to get started with an online business and begin to make money quickly. It's important to understand that the higher your level, the more income potential you have. G100 and G250 are our starter packages and include products that will help you get your marketing off to a fast start, helping you develop the skills to have eager prospects connecting with you for further information and purchasing a product from you. G500 is where the products start to include leadership and personal and professional development. As your business grows and you begin to develop as a leader, the G500 product will give you all the assistance you need to build and manage a team and achieve your income goals. G1000 is our premier package and is where you want to be. By starting at this level, you can maximize your income and fast track your success. You will learn from some of the best online marketers in the world and be able to emulate their success. You will develop the skills to become a top earner in the online space and begin living the true laptop lifestyle. Every higher level Genesis product package includes all the products from the lower levels. Every course in the Genesis library is in video MP4 or audio MP3 format, and they become instantly available to you via download once you make your product purchase. The Genesis library covers a wide variety of topics, including social media marketing, personal development, motivation, email marketing, mindset and attitude, and so much more. There is truly something for everyone. Not only that, but the library is also regularly updated, keeping the Genesis content fresh and current. Many Exodus members love the fact that they can download a video or audio course, implement what they learn, and then quickly see the rewards of their efforts in the form of new prospects or income via product sales. Others don't want to learn anything. They want to start making sales and money right away. The exciting thing about our business is that there is no waiting or no steep learning curve before you can start making money. Exodus is incredibly proud of the quality of the Genesis library. We are confident you will be too. The Exodus Elite membership provides you with a state-of-the-art back office that includes all the tools you need to help you succeed online, such as beautifully designed lead capture pages that add prospects to your contact manager, and a dedicated autoresponder system that sends follow-up emails to all your prospects. Your system tracks your sales and commissions and advises your new members who and how to pay for the Genesis product purchase. Then it instantly delivers the products to them in their own back office. All of this is fully automated, with you only having to push a few buttons to confirm you have received your money. In our resources section, you will find various ways to promote your Exodus business, including newspaper advertising, SMS text marketing, web traffic, and bot marketing, to name just a few. Another exciting feature of Exodus membership is the Exodus Hub, available to all members. The Hub will show you step-by-step via a series of videos exactly how to market using various methods and platforms. This means that even a novice marketer can get results fast and generate income online. You only need to decide which product package you wish to purchase and then pay the corresponding yearly membership fee. G100 is $40, G250 is $100, G500 is $175, and our premium package G1000 is only $299. To make money with Exodus Elite, you sell the Genesis product libraries to your prospects. And because of our powerful You First compensation plan, you will always get paid first when you help your members qualify. Our powerful direct selling model pays 100% of the commissions to you using the one-up concept, which has proven itself to be one of the most lucrative pay plans in history. Every time a person buys a Genesis product from you, you get paid 100% of the commission up to the level you have purchased, with one exception. The first sale you make at your purchase level or above is called your training or qualifying sale. The buyer of the Genesis library product and the commission passes up line. You then become qualified at that level for life, meaning you keep all future commissions up to your level. You can now reach those higher income goals much faster. Another exceptional part of the You First compensation plan is that you only ever pass up one person, regardless of the level this pass up took place. So, for example, if you are a qualified G100 member and you upgrade to G1000, when you make your first G1000 qualifying sale, only the commission passes up line. You keep your new team member. Because of this, your team builds much quicker, and you can earn passive income commissions at a much faster rate. Not only is this important financially for you, but as soon as you make your qualifying sale, Exodus will waive your next year's membership fee payment. This can save you up to $299 and adds further value to the Exodus Elite You First compensation plan. 88% of new members join at the G1000 member level because they never have to pass up any commission from the lower levels. You keep all the $100, $250, and $500 commissions starting day one. It is the passing up of commissions from lower levels via overrides, upgrades, and split pay overrides that can massively increase your income. Here's a real-world scenario that G1000 members often experience. You are an active G1000 member. A G100 member in your team brings in the first qualifying sale at G1000. The full $1,000 passes up to you. Now they make their second sale at G1000, but they can only earn $100 of this, as they are at G100. The balance of $900 passes up to you. You have a G500 member on your team, and his first sale is a G250. This G250 member then makes his first sale at G1000. The commission passes up line along with the new member. The G500 member gets a new member and $500. The balance of $500 passes to you. The same G250 member makes his second sale of G1000. This time he keeps the member and $250. The balance passes up to the next active G1000 member. So you have just made another $750. In this scenario, you are not qualified at G1000, yet you have earned $3,150. With the Exodus Elite You First compensation plan, you can earn up to $1,000 in direct sales, up to $900 in upgrades and overrides, and finally up to $750 in split pay overrides. We offer a life-changing compensation plan. Let it change yours. By eliminating the most common challenges that people have when trying to make income from home, Exodus Elite provides anyone, regardless of skill or experience, the ability to succeed and make money online. It does not matter if you're looking to make an extra $500 to help with the bills or to make things that little bit easier, or an additional $3,000 to $5,000 monthly so you can quit your job and work from home. Finally, if you're looking to change your future and find the freedom that comes from making $150,000 a year or more, Exodus has everything you need to do just that. Join Exodus Elite from just $140 now. Share this presentation and start making money in days, not months. It's that simple. Welcome to Exodus Elite.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So let me just go into, okay, so let me just pin myself again here. That's phenomenal.
I want to join that business. It looks amazing.
Yeah, like, I mean, seriously, I mean, guys, here's the thing I'm going to share with you on this, okay? Now you can see why in my very first month, I made 108 grand. Okay, US dollars, guys. Now add another 40% or 42% on top of that, okay? Same thing with 333,000. It's approaching at $500,000, and we're literally with this new VSL and the Exodus Hub. I'm telling you, we got a gold mine here waiting to just go boom like this. No joke. Okay. So what I want to do right now is I want to just reach out to a couple people here, and I'm going to start, if I can find him, with Samuel Mojica Jr. Are you there, Samuel?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just got to find you now.
I'm on page 1 of something.
Well, we can see him and hear him.
Hold on a sec. Okay, so wave your arms.
All right.
Okay, there you are. Okay, so guys, this is an amazing story. Okay, this is phenomenal. Samuel Mojica Jr. was working at the bread factory. He was making minimum wage, okay? And he caught the vision of wanting to be an entrepreneur. And I'm going to let him tell his story of sort of his own evolution, his own trials and tribulations that he went through, because it's really all about the journey, guys. It's all about overcoming adversity and stepping into your power, surrendering your pride, surrendering your ego, admitting that you have a problem, getting a mentor, and becoming coachable. And he's one of the most coachable people. No experience in marketing, guys. Okay, a brand new newbie that caught the vision. He caught the dream of being a full-time entrepreneur. And from the day one that he started to work with me, he has never had to have a full-time job ever again. Okay, Samuel Mojica Jr., I'm super proud of you, pal. Tell your story. Welcome to the call.
Awesome. Thank you, Darren. What a journey it's been, man. It's already 2 years in. So I want to take everyone back to where it really all began for me. As you can imagine, there's always those few moments in your life that when you look back, changed everything for you. And to me, that moment was when one day I was sitting in my room and, I was watching YouTube videos, or I was doing something dumb, and I got a knock on my door. So the door opens and I see my mom come into the room, and she's screaming, telling me, pack everything up, pack everything up. And I'm kind of confused. I'm still like 20 years old. So I'm like, okay, mom, I'm gonna pack everything up. And, we go to the car, I put everything in the trunk, and then we get in that car. And I'm still confused. I'm like, wait, what the hell happened? Like, why are we packing everything? So we back out of the driveway. We drive about 1 block, and then my mom goes to the side, parks the car, and when I look to my left, behind the driver's wheel, I see her break down crying. And then I saw my little sister in the back break down crying. And that's when it hit me that we just lost our home. We just lost our home. And at that point in my life, I didn't have any money. So I wasn't working a job. I was basically a typical 20-year-old just wasting my life. And what really got to me was that when I saw my sister crying and my mother, I didn't have the money to even feed them for that night. And it was that night at my mom's best friend's house that I looked at myself in the mirror and I made a decision. I vowed to myself, this will never happen to my family ever again. And it was that night, when I look back, it was that night where I believe I became a man. I stopped being a young boy and I became a man. That week, I got a job at a bread factory because I needed to make money. I was willing to surrender my pride, surrender my ego, and I didn't care what job I got. It could have been a McDonald's. It could have been, like a janitor at the lowest, food chain. It doesn't matter. I just needed to make money because I needed to regain my confidence, and I needed to make sure that there was some plan in place so that homelessness never hits my family again. Because once you go through it once, you'll never want to go back. That's what the bottom teaches you. So I got a job at the bread factory through my mom's boyfriend's friend, so a friend of a friend. And it was at that bread factory, I was earning minimum wage. And I always knew from the moment I entered that bread factory that this isn't going to be where I'm going to be forever, but this is a stepping stone that's going to give me time to kind of find my way in life. Because I didn't really know, I didn't really have goals. I didn't know what I wanted. So that bread factory was my way out, my way to figure myself out. So working at the bread factory, about 6 months in, I started encountering problems. I started having lower back pains, and they were nasty. Like, I'm talking about, I couldn't even bend. I'm 21 years old at that time. I couldn't even bend down without my lower back just burning. And even when I went to go to sleep, I could barely sleep because that lower back pain was just hurting so much. I had to sleep literally on my stomach to not be on my back. And then it got worse. It got worse. I started having foot cramps. If you've ever worked a job that you had to stand up for 10 hours minimum a day, every single day, Monday through Friday, you know what I'm talking about, that it felt as if I were walking on glass. It was so bad. It got so bad that at the bread factory, Whenever I went to go take my quote unquote bathroom breaks, it was really just me taking off my shoes and resting my feet because the pain got so bad that I couldn't stand anymore. I just couldn't stand it anymore. I needed to rest for at least 30 minutes every hour just so I can keep working. And I knew that month that this can't keep going on. I'm only 21 and I'm having lower back pain. My feet are hurting. Since I'm always near the fire, I have all these burn marks that I still have today. I have all these burn marks on my arms. I have them on my foot, right? From getting burned from, the 400 degrees of the ovens, the giant ovens I had to take the breads from. And I knew that if I stayed in this job, I'm either going to get myself killed somehow, I'm going to get burned in such a bad way, or I'm going to, by 30, my body will be out of commission and I'm going to be in the hospital. And I knew that if I'm in the hospital, I'm not working. And if I'm not working, I'm not earning money. And if I'm not earning money, I'm failing my family. And I'm taking us back to that day that I never want to go back to. So I made a decision that month that I needed to find a way out. I needed something that could not only replace my bread factory job, but I needed something that could allow me to dream again. Because I knew that even at the bread factory, I only made enough money to get by, to just put food on the table. That's it. If something were to happen to that job, I'm screwed. You ever catch yourself in that position? Something happened to your income stream, you're done. And that's where I was. So I knew I needed a way to earn money online, a way that will allow me to be with my little sister and my mother, because at that job, I'm working 10 to 12 hours a day. I don't have time for myself or for anyone. I literally wake up, drink some coffee, go to work, get back at 8 or 9 p.m., take a shower, eat dinner, go to bed. There is no socializing time. There's no choice about it because I need to go to bed early because I got to wake up again at 7 a.m. So that's when I started going on Google. Now I searched up, how do I make money online? And that's when I found Darren. Now, this is why I always say God is good. I'm always wearing this hat, I'm wearing a shirt that says it, because it's a constant reminder to me that God is good. That out of the hundreds, if not thousands of videos that I could have found, I found Darren's. And out of the thousands, the hundreds and thousands of programs I could have found, I found Exodus Elite. So I was on a webinar just like you are right now. So this is kind of like Inception. I'm almost freaked out about it. Just like you're watching this right now and listening to my story, I was once where you're at, sitting right there, learning about Exodus Elite, learning about the 7-figure formula. And by the end of the webinar that I saw at the time, I knew that this was it. Now I knew I wanted in, and I didn't want to get in at just the low levels. I wanted to go all in. I wanted to make so much money that I never have to worry about that day again. That day will never come again because of all the money I'm earning. And that's when I reached out to Darren. And I asked Darren a very simple question, probably the same question you're thinking right now. I asked him this, Darren, how do I get started at the G1000? What do I got to do? And, Darren was very frank with me. He told me, Sam, it's going to be $1,350. And I'm going to tell you what my mentor told me. When my mentor, back, I think it was 30 years ago, Darren got started for $4,000 in the network marketing industry, which if you calculate it today, that's over $15,000 back in the day with his first business. His mentor gave him 3 days. His mentor didn't say, think about it. His mentor said, look, Darren, I'm going to give you 3 days to go get the money. If you cannot get the money in those 3 days, you weren't going to do well in this business anyways. Now, I got lucky. Darren didn't give me the 3-day deadline, but he did tell me that story. And he did tell me, Sam, here's the link, sign up, get started on the training, and you'll get results. Now, at the time, I didn't really have a savings account. I had about $200 in the savings account. It was as bad as it can get. But I did have a dream, and I did have a goal, and I knew I was hungry, and I knew that I was tired of this job, and if I stay in this job, something bad is going to happen to me. So that gave me what I like to call the fire in my ass, excuse my language, the fire in my ass to do something about it. And that's when I asked my boss, because at that time, I only had one way to make extra money, work more hours. So I went to my boss and I asked him, hey, look, can I come in Saturdays? I don't care, I was even willing to get paid less money. I didn't care. I just asked him, can I work Saturdays so I can earn extra money? And he said, sure. So he gave me 10 to 12 hours every Saturday. And from that first Saturday, for 4 months, I was working Monday through Saturday for 10 to 12 hours a day on my feet with the foot cramps and the back pains. But I was able to suck it up because I had a dream. And I knew that if I could just come up with the money and get started, I can figure out the rest. And that's what I did. That's what I did. Because after those 4 months, I finally had the money. I gave my boss a hug. I told him I quit. Very, very good feeling if you haven't done it yet. And I took all the money I had in my bank. I literally had exactly $1,400, and I threw it all into the G1000. Because I knew that if I could just get in there and get around Darren and get around Paul and get around the Exodus Elite system, I knew that I could figure my way out to earn enough money so that I can never go back to that day again. I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it. I knew I could make my mother proud. I remember that day I told my mom, Mom, I'm about to take the biggest risk of my life. I'm about to go to zero. And you know what my mother told me? She said, son, go do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. And that's all I needed to hear. All I needed to hear. So that Saturday, I joined Exodus Elite under Darren. I joined at the very top level, the G1000, and I went all in. I either make money or I'm screwed. I have 42 cents in the bank account. So this has to work for me. It has to work. There's no option. It has to work for me. So I asked Darren, what do I do now? Okay, I'm in. I'm excited. I have that excited energy. I'm in. What do I do now? And Darren told me, Samuel, watch the videos 6 times minimum. You're going to have to reprogram your mind, and it's going to take time. So in my case, it was about a 6-hour investment in each video that he gave me. It was 3 videos. So that's about 18-hour investment. I did it in 4 days, and I watched them 8 times. So I put in 8 hours into every single video within 4 to 5 days. And on the 5th day, when I said, you know what, let's apply. I've heard enough. I feel like I know what I'm doing. Let me go do it. In 2 hours, I earned my first G1000 sale. Within 48 hours, I became qualified at the G1000 level. Within 72 hours, I earned more money in 1 week than in the last 30 days at the bread factory. And at that point, it was the best feeling ever. You can imagine. It was the best feeling ever. Like, it was more so a feeling of relief. I finally did it. I was finally able to make more money doing this than working at the job. So I remember Darren came to me, he said, Sam, take it all the way. And that's what I did. Within my first 2 weeks, I earned $10,000. Within my first 20 days, I earned $18,000. And at the end of my first 30 days, I earned 23,000 US dollars in profits without paid ads. And I wear it like a badge of honor because I always knew I could do it. And it proved to me that this was it. It proved to me that that fire in my stomach was right. And not only that, that month, I was able to go to my mother, show her the money I've made. And I was able to finally say, Mom, I'm going to take care of you. And that's when I really became a man. So ever since that day, 2 years later, I've been a full-time entrepreneur ever since. I've never had to work a job again. I also became fully debt-free because of Exodus. I became fully debt-free. I'm at the point now where within these next 3 months, this guy is going to write his mom a check. She's going to become debt-free. All the debt she racked up throughout her lifetime, gone. And I'm able to do that because of this whole system, right? And I'm also buying her a house by the end of next year. So super excited. That's where I'm at today. And I'm just happy that I get to still be here. And I get to be on the other side where I always dreamed of. I get to be on the other side helping people like you who are like me, right, learn about this whole system. So I'm just grateful to be here.
Fantastic, brother. Fantastic. Wow. Wow. What a story. What a story. I'm so proud of you, bro. What I want to do here, guys, you know, people talk about being at rock bottom. Okay. Rock bottom. Okay. And I want for you to really put your mind into this next story of what I'm going to tell you. Because this gentleman, actually, he's not even recognizable from when I first met him. You know, he had long hair, pulled back in a ponytail. He had done some bad things in his past. He was actually just out of prison. He had finally, he was deported to a country where he didn't even speak the language, okay? Now, I want for you to imagine if that had happened to you and you took a bad path and you ended up doing time and you got out, you couldn't get work. He was only making $160 a month working full time at an AT&T call center, guys, okay? And he was so far down the rabbit hole in debt already because he didn't even have enough money to live. So he was borrowing money from friends, maxed out credit cards, trying to function, and he couldn't, okay? But he caught the vision. He caught the vision of being an entrepreneur. He caught the vision of freedom. And he went kind of for his last hurrah, okay? And he started borrowing money from people so that he could come in at the G1000 level, and he went all in. And he got himself connected around the right people. And from that point in time onwards, he has made $265,000 US, guys. And I'm looking for him right here. Where is he? He's got a different name. What is, I don't know what you're under. So I'm looking for George. Oh, there he is right there. Okay, now I'm gonna try and find him here.
I'm unmuted.
Jay Alfredo, where are you? There you are, brother. Standing ovation, bro. Standing ovation. Dude, I'm telling you what a journey that you have been through. Wow. Tell us the story.
First, I want to thank you, Darren. You almost made me cry by saying that right now. My heart's beating like crazy fast. And thank you, Paul Stevenson, for offering this to all of us. Definitely life-changing program. Okay, well, first, in the last 2 months, I want to start off with this. In the last 2 months, I've had my best 2 months in this business. Over 400 people in my downline. It's amazing. Earned over 2,400 new followers, but it wasn't always like that. This is after the Exodus Elite training. A little bit how I grew up. Imagine, I want you to picture this. Immigrant child, no father, no brothers, no family. Mother has 3 jobs. You live in a broken down neighborhood. I started working since I was 14 as a grinder, right? I'm grinding up metal off people, the welders. From that, I became a dishwasher. I was the guy that takes out the trash. I was the guy that mops and sweeps. And I became a product of my environment. Long story short, I ended up in trouble, cost me 4 years in prison, okay? And after my 4-year sentence, I was deported to Mexico. And I've never lived in Mexico. My mom took me to the United States since I was at a very young age. And now I'm in Mexico again, I lost 3 of my children. All 3 of my children in the United States. I still have not seen them, no matter how much money I sent. I lost my wife. I cannot see my mom. She's in the United States. I can't see my brothers. And now I am 26 years old in Mexico. No experience, horrible resume. You're deported, you're a convict. I mean, you're the worst, right? No support. So what are you gonna do? What can you do? You quit? You throw in the towel? What can you do? I was desperate, you guys. And I did what any other desperate person would do. I turned to Google, typed in how to make money online, because you're not gonna make money in Mexico. So I was like, let's turn to the internet. Let's see what's going on there. It took me a while of researching. In the meantime, the best that I could find was a call center position for a bilingual individual. And I was bilingual, I speak English. I started at $40 a week, and I had to work 6 days a week, or you only get 1 day off, right? And that ended up being $160 a month. As you could imagine, that's not enough for child support. That's not enough to live. I'm sleeping in a little hut, and all I could do is just pray. And I started borrowing money, asking people. It got to the point where I was like, look, if I borrow money and I can't pay it back, it's over. I mean, I'm already done anyways. It's like, if I look bad now, I can't really look any worse. It's over. It's a done deal. So I just started making promises, borrowing money after I found Exodus, this opportunity. I started reaching out to people that were in the program. Everyone had the same story. Everyone, life-changing opportunity, life-changing opportunity, life-changing opportunity. And this was it. It was my last hurrah. This was it. But one thing I can tell you guys that I promised myself, and I did this in prison. I promised myself that I would never disrespect myself and put myself in a position where I would hurt anybody, lie to anyone, cheat, steal, anything like that. And I knew that, listen, if I had to work with $160 a month for the rest of my life, then so be it. But I would not break the rules of life ever again. And I think that's what did it for me. And that's why God put me in front of Darren Little, in front of Exodus Elite, because I knew that it does not matter how hard it gets, I'm going to die trying. And that was it. So I signed up. I was excited about it. I still remember it was a webinar just like this. It was the same thing. And I'm hearing everyone, all their success stories, and I'm biting my nails. I'm basically crying like this. I hope this is it. And I did it, you guys. It took me a week. I was not as good as Sam. Sam is an amazing individual. I love Sam. He knows he's like family to me now. And a week into it, I make $1,000. You guys, that's like a year's salary. If you do the math, $160 a month, right? It's like it's almost like a year's salary to me, and like that. So guess what? Before that month was over, I'm $2,000 in. Yeah. So I was like, this is it. This is it. I had no doubt in my mind that it wasn't luck. It was not like no. This was it. If I just follow what Exodus Elite was teaching, I can duplicate this. I mean, I either do that or, like I said, die trying. So I was going to do this. Next month, I make another $2,000. And I'm like, wait a minute. Because now in Mexico, $2,000, you guys, that's 40,000 pesos. Rent in Mexico is like 8,000 pesos. So I'm like, I'm balling at this time, right? $2,000 in Mexico is like, you're doing big things. And just so you understand, I was one of, like, out of my aunts, uncles, everything, $2,000. I'm like the highest paid guy in the family now. All right. So I call my mom 3 months into it, and I call her to the United States, and I tell her, hey, I'm quitting everything. I'm quitting my job. I'm going to follow this guy, Darren Little. I'm following Exodus Elite, and whatever they say, this is what I'm going to do. I followed drug dealers before. I followed criminals before. I followed all, and they didn't, that did not end up well. I started following these people. Within 7 days, my entire life changes, right? Within 1 month, now I'm making thousands of dollars legally and helping people. If you guys would hear the stories of the people I've helped, that's what fills my heart the most. That, right? So because it's people that were almost like in the same situation I was, and now they're coming to me, and it's ridiculous, right? Anyways, I call my mom and I tell her, hey, I don't have anyone here. I don't have any family. You're in the States. I'm making money off my laptop, and I'm going to Cancun. And she's like, what? Why would you go so far? Because I was living in Mexicali, so it's right next to the border of California. She's like, but I can come visit you. You're here. You don't go to the other side of Mexico. I was like, Mom, this is it. She's like, what? I'm like, this is it, Mom. I have to chase this. I was like, I want to see my kids again. I want to be able to do something with my life. I have to chase this. I want to be able to impress my wife. Long story short, she got married like 2 years ago, so that didn't happen. I want to be able to be somebody. And this is it. I'm not going to work for pesos. I'm not going to keep working for $40 a week. I'm not going to keep sweeping and mopping. I'm not doing that. And I went to Cancun. My very first day in Cancun, I make $1,000. My very first day. So it's like all glory to God. I have to say that, because it's like once he lined me up with Exodus Elite, once he lined me up with the family, and which was Darren Little and all the coaching that we have inside the program, it just started rolling, you guys. It was just boom, boom, boom. I started reading the right books. I got the right vibration. I set myself in the right frequency. I'm talking to the right people. I'm eating better foods. It's just, you become a product of your environment. You hang out with 6 and 7 and 8 figure earners. Guess what's bound to happen? You're going to make some money, you guys. You hang out with the wrong crowd, guess what's going to happen? Well, you know that side, right? Anyways, so now I'm in Cancun, and the way I'm carrying myself starts impressing people. We're like, wow, how do you know this? How do you know that? How do you know this? And I'm just copying what I'm learning on Exodus Elite. So now I take the same thing that I learned on Exodus Elite and I apply it offline. You guys, my first year in Cancun, I crossed $100,000. $100,000 my first year in Exodus Elite, guys. Not just that, my next year after that, I became the top closer on the Cancun Strip, closing multiple millions of US dollars. Now, I'm a multi-million-dollar closer now. Now generated multiple six figures in commissions. Now I've worked in 4 different countries in the last 2 years. Crushed it. I'm opening resorts. I'm opening sales offices all around. I worked in the Dominican Republic, worked in Panama, I lived in Cancun. You guys can't see this right now, but I live in a beachfront penthouse. It's all dark right now, but I live in front of the beach. Yeah, and I pay it all. And I can do this because of Exodus Elite. And the people that I've met inside the family, right, which is Sam, which is Danny, which is Darren, we were able to put our minds together and build something major. Now, like I said, in the last 2 months, brought in over 400. Talk about top recruiter. I'm not a Darren Little where he brings in 6,000 people in 30 days. One of these days, I could only hope to get that good. But 400 people in 2 months and over 2,000 followers within the last 3 weeks, to me, it's incredible. Like, people are following you like this. People are, you know, and all I can say, you guys, is that this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning for me. And if you're watching this, and if my story touched you, if Samuel's stories touched you, if everything that Paul Stevenson and what Darren Little has said touched you, this is for you. I still have not found anything better. And I'm a guy that looks for better, because that's what you're taught in Exodus Elite. You're taught to always better yourself. You're taught to always strive to be the best. You're strive to always do your research. And guess what? None of us have found anything better. And as you can tell, we're no slouches. We're making it happen for ourselves and our families. So look, I just want to thank you for this opportunity, Darren. My story is pretty short. That's about it for me, you guys. This is only the beginning. And I pray to God that if my story touched you, Samuel's story touched you, that it's you next time on this webinar telling your story. That makes the entire family so happy, and that's what keeps us going. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys so much, and thank you for having me, Darren. Thank you, Paul Stevenson.
Brother. Fantastic. Super proud of you. Guys, this is some next level stuff, okay? This couple, Jennifer Mendez and Jose Fleet Santos, 6 children, okay? They were in an MLM. It spiraled down. Their commissions spiraled down to nothing. And they found themselves 2 days with no water, eviction notice, on the verge of being homeless. And when they called me, Jennifer was crying. She was bawling her eyes out. And she said, Darren, we've lost all hope. We don't know what to do. What do you recommend? And I said, you're going to have to be coachable. You're going to have to surrender your pride and ego and do exactly what I tell you to do. Let's hear a little bit from Jennifer Mendez. Welcome to the call. Jennifer, where are you?
Hi, Darren. I am so excited to be here. I'm waving. Can you see me?
Okay, there you are. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me here. And oh my gosh, I love hearing everybody's story here that we have on the call today. And it's crazy because, you know, I come back from like 2016. I met Darren 4 years ago, right? 4 years ago. It's been that long. And when I met Darren, that's, you know, I was with Jose already. We have 6 kids together. I have 3, he has 3. We're like the Spanish Brady Bunch. That's what we call each other. And right before we met Darren, we were actually doing network marketing. We even met through network marketing. And I was doing really good for about 3.5 years in the network marketing industry. But something that you mentioned earlier, Darren, and also Paul Stevenson, that most of the time, you know, even if you are like a good recruiter, like your team cannot duplicate as much as you duplicate, because you don't know how to teach them how to do what you do, right? So I was in that situation. I was one of those people that I've always like worked hard and like went all in and everything that I did. And I used to enroll a lot of people. So by the time 3 years went down the road, I had already ran out of people to talk to. I didn't have no more people in my 200s list. I had already harassed everybody I knew, and I ran out of people. people were coming in and then falling off. There was no duplication. And it was actually Jose, my other half, that saw a webinar like this one. I know it kind of sounds like deja vu. Everybody says the same thing. Like, I saw a webinar like this one, but it's so true. So he saw the webinar, and I had no idea. I wasn't watching the webinar, and he comes to me that day. He's like, I think this is it. We need to invest into this. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, at that point, we were already behind bills. We were 2 months late in rent, and we were trying to figure out how to eat, right? So I'm like, what are you talking about investing in mentorship? Like, we don't need no mentorship. We don't need no more programs. Like, what are you talking about? We need to make this work. And he's like, no, he knows what he's talking about, the 7-figure formula. And I'm like, okay, whatever, you're crazy. So I was like that crazy, you know, spouse that would tell the other spouse, like, you're crazy, you're not doing that, we're not spending the money. And then, you know, he kept telling me, like, every day, like, you need to watch the webinar. Why don't you sit down and watch the webinar? You have to see this. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, let me just watch this Darren Little guy that you're talking about. So we watched this webinar, and I was like so impressed because I learned so much just from the webinar without even paying, right? Before even paying for the Exodus product, that I was like, wow, where have I been like all my life, living in like under a shoebox? Like, I didn't know this information existed. And we didn't have the money to get started, honestly, guys. And we went in the G100, G1000 level. So we went all in too, just like everyone else on this call. And the way that we got there was because we borrowed the money. Like, we literally borrowed the money. We didn't have the money to get started. So we get into the program, just like George and Sam shared. We watched these training videos like 700,000 times. I was already listening to Darren in my sleep, okay, with the trainings. And within my first 24 hours, we made our first $1,000, right? 24 hours of us coming into the program. And I thought it was like a fluke. I was like, there's no way. Like, what? I have $1,000 on my PayPal? Like, I could not believe it. I thought it was just, we got lucky, right? Like, that's what I was thinking in my mind. Now, at that point, right, we were still behind, right? Rent was already, you know, behind. We had borrowed the money to get started. That $1,000, we had to pay it back. So it wasn't even like our money, right? So we started, we kept working, and we kept watching the trainings and doing everything that we were told to do and doing the things that we were learning. But still, the bills were like piling up, right? I remember that day that Darren said that, you know, I called him. That day, my landlord actually had knocked on the door and had served us with an eviction notice. Now, you can imagine, like, having, you know, we have 5 kids at home at that time. We have 6 kids altogether. The landlord comes knocking. You know, I just grabbed the paper from the door, and like, my heart dropped. I never have been put in that situation in my life. And I think, like, you know, if you're a parent and you're watching this, like, you know that when you're a parent, you're supposed to take care of your kids, right? Like, you're supposed to like provide for them, make sure that they have, you know, food, make sure that they have a home to live. And it just, you know, I fell into like a whole depression. I was like, my heart dropped. I went into the room and I told Jose, I was like, listen, this guy, Darren Little, at that point, Darren and I didn't have the relationship that we have now because somebody else introduced us to Darren. It wasn't even Darren himself. So at that point, I was a student, and he didn't know who I was. So I just messaged him, and I was like, hey, Darren, this is my situation. I'm about to get evicted. Like, if I don't come up with X amount of money in the next 10 days, like, we are going to be homeless, like, literally in the street with our kids. And I remember that day, Jose was like, are you crazy? Why are you messaging that millionaire guy? He's not going to have time to talk to you. Like, he doesn't even know who you are. And I think it was like 15 minutes or something after me sending that message, like, Darren called us on Messenger, on Facebook Messenger. And I remember I was like, oh my God, Darren is calling me, like, grab a piece of paper and a pen, I don't know what he's going to say. He's going to give me like this magic formula that's going to help me get out of this eviction problem, right? So I pick up the phone, and he starts going over the training. He's like, okay, this is what you got to do in the next 10 days, work on this, do this, do this, do that. And I guarantee you, if you follow this formula, you're going to get out of this situation. So we hung up the call. It was about an hour long. And Jose and I, we just looked at each other, and we were like, okay, so like, what do we have to lose, right? Like, we are already at rock bottom. What else, you know, can we lose from this point? And we just got to work. Like, it was like, we did everything he told us to do. And, you know, we did everything he told us to do. And within 10 days, we made almost $4,000. And then 8 weeks later, we made $19,000. And then the first year, we crossed over $150,000 online. And this is, again, all paid, you know, zero paid ads. And, you know, our lives have completely changed. Like now we've been obviously in this marketing and internet marketing game for years now. This just a few months ago, I wrote my first book. I hit #1 on Amazon. I'm a best-time selling author. I work with Russell Brunson and help out over there in their social media team. Like, I mean, my life has completely changed from us investing into Exodus, learning from Darren, and learning from everyone. I think it's all about the community as well, and that we're here to help each other grow and encourage each other to move forward. So if I can do it, so can you. I mean, I am super busy. I was just telling Darren, I'm like, Darren, I gotta wake up at 6 in the morning to wake up these kids for school. But we took action, we saw opportunity, and we just made it happen. So I hope that, you know, with my story, if you're a parent and you're in the same situation, you know that it could be possible for you too if you're coachable and just follow the formula.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you, Darren.
Standing ovation, Jennifer. I am so, so proud of you guys. Guys, you know, it really comes down to just being coachable, you know, and people go through 2 stages of this. The first stage is that you have to be able to surrender your pride and your ego to, first of all, even admit that you have a problem, whether it's in your network marketing company, your direct sales company. I helped one realtor, okay, that was sending out fridge magnets. That's where she started. When she learned the 7-figure formula, in less than 2 years, she made an extra $250,000 in real estate commissions, and she was written up in a magazine, and she got asked to train all the other realtors in her particular real estate company on what the heck was she doing on social media. What the heck did she crack the code on? She cracked the code on the 7-figure formula, guys. And that is the secret. Now, I love these type stories because the gentleman that you're about to meet right now, he was actually, he was similar to Samuel. He was highly coachable, okay? So he said, Darren, what do I need to do? So first thing that we talked about was how to look pro on social media so that you can attract the right type of buyers and understanding who's your target market, okay? A lot of people you'll see on social media and they got all this activity, but they're not making any money. Why is that? Because they don't understand target marketing. They've got all the swarm of people around them, but they're not qualified buyers, okay? So this particular gentleman is an entrepreneur, right? He's an entrepreneurial business. And he said, Darren, tell me what I got to do. He got branded. He learned about content, okay? And he changed his mindset and he started making $1,000 commissions. But here's the big kahuna, guys. He signed a 7-figure deal just from the community and being in the right mindset and being around the right people. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny, where are you, my friend? Superstar, where are you?
Here next year.
Oh, there you are, buddy. There you are. I love this. And you know, here's the cool thing, guys. English is his second language. So don't tell me that you can't do this when here's a gentleman right now that you're meeting. English is his second language, and he just closed a 7-figure deal. Danny, tell us your story, brother.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Good morning from Dubai right now. So I have been doing business for a long time, but totally offline. 2012, I got involved with MLM companies. I invested over 10 grand there, and I didn't make a lot of it. I even my own network, my own MLM company, and I failed over there. So I didn't really went into that anymore. I kept on going with my offline business while I was doing also my corporate job. So yeah, so I'm from the Middle East. I was working for oil and gas, earning between 5 to 7 grand a month on a corporate job. But a turning moment for me, it was in 2017, um, when I was in oil and gas. So I was working in oil refinery, and I had a bad incident where I got burned totally while I was doing some operation outside. So I got first, second degree burns. I was hospitalized for almost 2 months, and that was very horrible for me. And then when I decided to, after that, when I was chasing the insurance companies to pay my bills, my medical bills, I have to go for plastic surgery. I have to go through a lot of hell. And the company which employed me, which is government company, is supposed to take care of all of this. And I had to chase them for my money and for my uh, all of these things I have to go through. And beside that, I was already having few businesses, but I didn't have the guts till that moment to leave my corporate job till I had that incident. Then I decided at that moment to go all in, but I didn't leave till last year totally. I switched to business. So I had already a travel agency for a couple of years, uh, few properties, real estate unit, high-end real estate units. And for God, no, I don't know why. For many years, I have been trying to make money online as well. So I search as everyone on Google. I landed on some stuff for Darren. He was marketing online. I didn't know him for many years. He doesn't know me, but I know him. uh, I was receiving continuously emails. He was selling a lot of things, some travel, some into other programs. And I didn't go all in at that moment till the till beginning of this year only. At that moment, I had also some stuff going on, where I need to travel to the Philippines. But I was already a member, the end of January this year, 2020. So I was already a member. I was going through the stuff, and I spoke to Darren. I said, like, Darren, I really need to get some money online. I never made any money online. I spent a lot of money before. I was making money offline. It was good, but never been online at all, and never made any money. I didn't have any online presence as well. Like my Facebook, I was not using much, Instagram. And this is bad, I mean, even for business, because in the Middle East, when you have good network and relationship, you can get your business going, even though, like, if you are online, you are not there, which is wrong. And at that moment, when I was going through the training, going through all of these deals online and talking to people, I was starting to have my branding, all this stuff, when I came across through a deal while I was in the Philippines. And by February, because of the training, because of the amazing stuff of Exitus Elite, uh, I couldn't believe, like, I was able to close a deal of 7 figure in the Philippines. I even, like, they handed me a lot. I met Ari, by the way, at that time also as well. They handed me even a lot of money. I couldn't do with it what to do with it. I have to send it over to Dubai, because I even have, like, some Bay Maya account. If some Filipinos here can relate to, they transfer the whole money there. They even, like, when I was trying to send the money, they thought it's money laundering or something. So it was hard for me even to send the money from the Philippines. And that's where I landed a lot of things, a lot of things which is in Exitus Elite, and most people, they don't follow. There's a lot of money in these modules. There's a lot of learning. There's a lot of things which you can use and you can get to have like massive value, and you can have other income as well. It will help you in whatever other business you are doing. So for me, it has scaled up my existing business. And I had also other business I started with other guys, where I grew up like in 2 months over 400 downline and almost $15,000. I had already closed a lot of sale in Exitus itself. I am the only Middle Eastern guy in the testimonial page of Exitus. I think you can check that one as well. And all the thanks to Darren. I mean, this is the first time in my life I made money online. The first time in my life I made money in MLM companies. I tried all. I spent thousands and thousands of money in other MLM companies, in other programs, lotion and potion, as they said, and I didn't made any cash. I spent over 30 grand in total, if I don't count anyway. But I'm definitely over 30 grand somewhere. I screw all that money, and yeah, I mean, it was a blessing for me, because when you are the travel industry and real estate, and with this COVID-19, definitely all my business shut down right now. Nothing is working for me. I have 9 units back home in Oman and in Dubai, and none of them is working because of the COVID-19. My travel agencies, both in Oman and Dubai, both are shut down. And you can imagine how hard it is to operate at this time. But luckily, I mean, this online business, all of it, I mean, help us to go through it. I mean, all of it, it was a real help. So thanks to Darren, Paul Stevenson for all these great stuff and great modules. And I'm sure, guys, like one of my testimonial with the Exitus Hub, I have used it. We started a page just two weeks ago. Yeah, for 2 weeks ago, we grew up our fan page to over 2,500 followers in just 2 weeks. And we have one of the videos we have has around 5K views. Imagine. That's how many we get, over 100 messages a day. That's 100 leads a day. And we already handed over like between 10 to 15K to our members. It's very amazing stuff that you get there. The things which you have right now in Exitus Hub, if none of you has checked it out, it's the big deal of this network. It's the next big thing. And I advise everyone to go there. So thank you, everyone. And I'm happy to be part of Exitus Elite and to be one of the students of Darren Little. And I'm really thankful. I had amazing memory with also Ari Maccabi. I met him in the Philippines. I met Chris Hawk Jones. I had some of you can relate, can see on my wall also all of this information. We had a big event in Manila when I had my 7-figure deal in Crown Plaza in Ortigas, Manila. So all of what I'm saying is all documented there in my Facebook. So thank you, everyone, for listening to me. Yeah.
Standing ovation, guys. And I'm going to share with you guys here in closing, okay? First of all, I appreciate your time, okay? I appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming here to really find out and capture the vision of what's possible, guys. What's possible? Because I can tell you that 80% of success is showing up, okay? That's 80% of success, is just showing up and being here. So congratulations to you for taking action, okay? Now, a couple things that I promised. If you go to darrenlittle.com, there's an opt-in for the training manual, okay? I promised that I would give you a copy of the training manual, and it gives you a visual of the diagram. I call it boomerang sponsoring, okay? Boomerang sponsoring. And once you understand how's the boomerang work? You throw the boomerang and it goes, and it comes right back to you standing in the same spot, okay? Now, the interesting thing about this whole journey, guys, is that when you understand the power of the internet, okay, what the internet allows you to do is basically create free employees, okay? I'm gonna explain what I mean by this. Videos are clones. So imagine it's like the year 2040 and the technology's all advanced now. And you call the lab because you want to expand your business. And you call them up. You go, yeah, Darren Little here. Yeah, I'd like to order 40 clones, please. Yeah, 40. I'll pick them up on Monday. Okay, great. Thank you. That's the internet, guys. That is the power of the internet. And once you understand how to create leverage through the power of your clones, you got a situation where you got free employees working for you now. And this is how you can start to make money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, through cloned copies of you that are providing value to the people and not pitching whatever you think you're pitching, okay? It has to do with solving the pain of your target market, no matter what it is that you're marketing, okay? So people say, well, Darren, what would happen if I'm a realtor? What do I do if I'm a realtor? And I go, well, who's your target market? And they say, well, I want to target first-time home buyers. Okay, great. So come up with something, a lead magnet it's called, okay? And you would create something that says something like the 10 most common mistakes that first home buyers make. Now, who's going to show up? Who's going to opt in to get that information? A qualified buyer, guys. This is the power of the internet. Now, I'm not on the internet telling people how great of a realtor you need, you know, you see these bus benches. Who's ever seen the bus benches? Right on the back of a bus bench, right? The marketing of today is value, guys. Value to your buyers. Value. That's how you start a relationship, is by providing value to the people, okay? Now, let me ask you a question. Who got value from coming tonight? Put up your hand if you got value, if you got some takeaway from being here on tonight's broadcast. Who took notes on something, an idea, something that changed your mindset of being here on today's broadcast, okay? A lot of you guys are in stealth mode, hiding behind your gray box. But for the people that are actually here, right, that are coachable, that are paying attention, right, that I can see their face, I can see the hands go up, guys. And that's what you got to understand about this industry, okay? Corporate America is not the same as a leadership business model. They are apples and oranges. They're not even remotely in the same category, okay? So whatever you've been taught in corporate America, you got to unlearn it, and you got to relearn a new process of understanding how marketing is actually done, okay? Paul, first of all, I want to just say we appreciate you. You're the best. You're a true gentleman, and you've got huge integrity, and we value what you've put together here with Exodus Elite. And I just want to say standing ovation to you.
And what I will say to you, Darren, is I always say this, you ain't seen nothing next. I always have ideas coming through, and we got something coming out shortly that will help you all get traffic for free. All right, so we're working on that. It's a piece of software we might have available for you. We might start introducing some software into the packages so you can offer people different things. So we're always forward thinking, always add value. Great leaders, great opportunity, great fortunes are made.
Fantastic. So guys, here's what I'm going to tell you that is in the final action step, okay? Because there's people that have shown up here from all over the place, okay? And we believe in integrity to keep that intact, okay? That's truly what our industry is about, is the art of the connection and the art of the invitation, okay? And you want to be able to, you know, reward the relationship. It's really about relationships. So reach back out to whoever brought you here today and say, I saw the presentation, I'm ready to get started, I'm ready to throw my hat over the wall, and I'm ready to be the next success story in Exodus Elite. Guys, my name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Thanks a lot for joining us on this exclusive and private VIP broadcast, and have a great night. All the best.